Hello my friends, if you wanna come here to São Paulo, maybe you wanna know more about the city, okay? And me as a native here in Brazil, having been here for the third time here in the city now, I'll give here my honest opinion about the city, and I'm sure the things I will talk about in this video will answer many questions you have about the city from a real perspective of a native here, living here over the last 37 years and being from north to south here in Brazil to many capitals, okay? So stay with me until the end of this video that I'm sure that it's worth it. I would like to start here in this video talking about one of things that I like the most here in the city. That is number one, people, okay? People here in São Paulo, in my opinion, really are very nice, okay? They are calm, they are friendly, they are polite in general. Obviously, there are always people that are not so nice, okay? But in general, when I compare with other parts in Brazil, I really like people here in São Paulo. I think they have all these qualities, okay? And obviously, everybody is unique, okay? Everybody has positive and negative points, but in my view, people here in São Paulo are above the average, in my preference, okay? Let's talk about here things to do. What we have to do here in São Paulo. Here in São Paulo, you will not lack of options to do, okay? You have everything you need here, since from nightlife to touristic attractions, shopping centers, okay? São Paulo is one of the main metropolis in Latin America, okay? So everything happens here, okay? So if you want a nightlife, you can come here to Vila Madalena, okay? Where you find the more number of pubs, nightclub, restaurants in the same neighborhoods, okay? It's one of the most famous in the world neighborhood for the nightlife. If you want to go to tourist attractions here in São Paulo, I recommend you staying in the center, the city center, okay, where you will be closer to the main points here in São Paulo. And that's it. Let's talk about women here. What I think about women here. Well, the same opinion I have about people in general here in São Paulo, okay? Women here are very friendly in the majority of cases, and people here, women too, are very friendly and open, okay, as we see in people from here, the city. What about cost of living? Obviously, São Paulo is the most expensive city here in Brazil, okay? You will not expect cheap, very cheap rent here, but if you make money in dollars, euros and strong currency, I think it will be a lot more easy. It will not be so expensive as it is for us Brazilians, okay? But let's talk about how much would you spend in rent in an Airbnb in average, okay? Here in Vila Madalena, that is where I am. If you want a single flat for a single person, you will pay starting in average from $30 to $35 a day if you want a good flat in a good location, okay, here in Vila Madalena. If you go to a more expensive neighborhood like Cidade Jardim, where you find it's a more expensive, it's a high luxury neighborhood, you will find Airbnb starting from $50 to $60 a day, okay? Obviously, you can find cheaper than that, but I'm talking about flats in a good location, a nice environment, okay? And I'm talking about an average. If you want if you want to stay in a hotel, obviously you pay a little bit more expensive, okay? Because many hotels have the breakfast included. But I prefer the Airbnb because we have everything. It's like apartment, you have everything you need to do your own stuff, and it's much more cheap. Is São Paulo dangerous? What I felt about here São Paulo. I live in Fortaleza, that is the capital of Ceará state in the northeast Brazil, and Fortaleza is not safe too. So I'm used to this kind of unsafety, let me say like this. And people say that São Paulo is very dangerous, and I believe, okay? São Paulo can be more dangerous even than Fortaleza. The crime rates here, according to my research, from 0 to 100, it's 0.70 in this scale, okay, which indicates a high crime rate, okay, so it's not the safer place. But don't be paranoid, okay? Brazilians usually here, they tend to exaggerate a lot about the arguing, okay? Brazilians argue a lot about their country, okay? So if you just listen to what people say, you'll be paranoid, you don't do anything, okay? So it's not like this, okay? It's not like this. Calm down, okay? Calm down. I'm not saying you are free to just go in the center city, use the cell phone like a crazy in the middle of the street, okay? But calm down. Don't be like a paranoid and doesn't do anything, okay? I record a lot of videos in the middle of the street. The risk exists, okay? But just try to look around you and see, and not into risky points. Generally, you have a lot of police officers, so just try to not go to isolated place with no people at the middle of the street at night, okay? Try to take some precautions, and I'm not saying you totally eliminate the risk of something happens, but you reduce a lot, okay? So try to not focus on the problem and try to enjoy at maximum. And the average crime rates, they vary a lot. When we talk about this index, we are talking about the whole Brazil, okay? Here in São Paulo, you can find places which are much more safe and places a lot more dangerous, okay? Here in Vila Madalena, for example, according to my research, it's not too dangerous than other neighborhoods, okay? It's a place a little bit more safe, okay? So if you come here to this neighborhood, Vila Madalena, you can be a little bit more relaxed because here is not so dangerous as other areas like the center city, okay? The center city in São Paulo is a lot more dangerous. But in other way, when I was walking the center city, I saw a lot of police there, police station, police officers. So this made me feel a lot more safe. What about the transportation here? Okay, yes, São Paulo has a problem, that is the traffic, okay? The traffic here is really crazy, okay? For you to have a notion, if you wanna go to a place that is 5 kilometers where you are, you can take up to 40 minutes to get there by Uber, okay? It's really insane. So just imagine you going to a 10 kilometers away location. You take like 1 hour and a half or 2 hours to get there because of the traffic. So the traffic jam here is really insane. What's my recommendation for you to get in faster in the place? Use the metro, okay? The metro system here works really well, okay? And you can get easy access, and you can not only save a lot of money because a ticket in the metro is less than $1 a trip, okay? So you can save a lot of money. Uber here in São Paulo is not cheap, okay? It's very expensive. It's very hard many times to find available Uber. They don't accept your request many times, so you take too long to get a Uber, you take too long in the traffic jam. So try to use the metro always if you can, okay? As much as possible. That's my recommendation, my tip, and because of this tip, I deserve your like in this video, don't I? So tap the like button here to help this to get more people. What are the main points you can go here in São Paulo? So there are plenty of places. If you wanna like tourist attractions, know more about the history, you can go to the city center. You have a lot of museums there and historical places to go. In general here in the city there are many places you should go. I've been there this time, the third time I've been here. I recommend you go to the shopping center Cidade Jardim. Okay, Cidade Jardim is a very different shopping, have a lot of plants there and a lot of green space inside and a lot of high luxury restaurants there. It's not a normal shop, it's a high luxury restaurant, and you can find a lot fancy restaurants and clothes stores, jewelry. So it's a very unique experience, and you can have an overview from the city. Okay, so it's very beautiful there. Another place you can go is Beco do Batman, Batman's Alley. Okay, I've been there. Is a place where you have a lot of pictures in the walls, and you can take pictures, and they're very famous because they are always changing the scenario. Every month or every year, new artists are coming there and painting again, and attracts a lot of tourists there. A lot of films are made there, a lot of movies, advertising. So it's a very famous place here in São Paulo. Another place I would like to recommend is Farol Santander, or Santander's Lighthouse. It's a place where you can have one of the best views of the city. It's a 26 floors building. You start from the 26th floor where you see the whole city, and you go down, and each floor you have a museum. Okay, so it's a very nice experience. The themes varies a lot according to the period you go. Okay, these exposures are always changing. And you pay less than $10 to go inside. It's approximately $8 to go, and I think it's worth a lot. You must go there. Another very nice place you must go, 100%, you cannot leave São Paulo without going there, is Avenida Paulista. That is the main avenue here in São Paulo. It's a very large avenue, and you find plenty of things to do there, since shopping centers, parks, museums. Okay, so it's just in Avenida Paulista you can spend like 2 days there. Okay, because there is plenty of things to do there. At Sundays the avenue is closed for people walking there and practicing cycle. So it's a very nice place to go. Another must-go place you have here in São Paulo is Parque Ibirapuera. Okay, it's a very large park. It's one of the largest parks in Latin America. Okay, and you can rent a bike there and cross all the park. You have many beautiful views. You can really have a nice time in this park. Okay, it's one of the main parks here. It's the main park here in São Paulo. You should go there. Another place I recommend, that I've been there the last time I come here, and this time I didn't have time to go there, is Municipal Market. Okay, Mercado Municipal is the main market here in São Paulo, where you find all kinds of typical foods here from Brazil. Okay, and many optional things to do. Okay, so you must go there. And next to the market you have the main cathedral here, but be aware it's not a so safe place to go by walk, the cathedral. Okay, so go there, but be very careful. Okay, look for place where you have police officers. Generally in this place you have a lot of police, and go always next to the police, and you'll be safe. Another question you may have is how much costs the Uber. Okay, and how long it takes to go from one place to another using Uber. And as I said, the traffic jam here is crazy. If you have a 5 kilometer distance, you can take up to 40 minutes to get there. And the cost of a ride depends on the distance, but I can say I spend between 30 reais and 40 reais, which is between $5 and $10 for a ride from Uber. And as I said, if you go by metro, you spend less than $1. Okay, it's about 80 cents a ride for metro, and many times it's faster, and the metro system works really well here. What about the average rent here? What I thought about cost of living. So the average rent here in São Paulo, you have two prices. If you want Airbnb, you pay much more expensive because Airbnb is short term. Okay, in a good neighborhood, you pay in Airbnb between $30 and $50 a day. Okay, in average for a Airbnb. Okay, with $30 a day, which is $900 a month, you can be in an excellent neighborhood for a single flat for one person. Okay, if you want a long-term rent, if you stay more than 1 year, let me say a 1-year contract, you can pay half of this price for the same apartment. Okay, you can pay like $500, $400 per month in the same apartment. That's the truth, the reality here. Just remember here that São Paulo is the most expensive city here in Brazil. Okay, so even the most expensive city, you can find, in my opinion, a nice place to live here with not astronomical cost. Okay, so if you like this video, maybe you are interested in nice place to live here in Brazil. So in this video, I talk about the best place to live in Brazil with safety and quality of life. Click this video. I'm sure this will help you. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye bye.